You've entered the Houston Running Zone, the ultimate podcast for runners in the Houston area, featuring the everyday runners who inspire us, clubs, gear, races, and runcations. Houston, we've got the runs.
All right, today in the zone, I have another Aramco Houston Half Ambassador, super active in the running community. Been following her journey and all the cool stuff that she's been doing on Instagram. Here to get her story and, hey, maybe pick her brain, see if we can get some secret race info from her for being an ambassador, is Amy Lee Creel. Amy, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on. It's exciting to be here.
Yeah, super cool. And I've had a lot of ambassadors on for, both distances. And I know you guys get some perks, as you should, because you guys are out there, pumping up the race and doing all this stuff for the community. But really, you're really doing more than you get back. I mean, you're giving back to the community. So my big question is, why did you decide, or what was the reason you applied to become an ambassador of the race?
Yeah, so this is my third year being an ambassador, which is, just a huge honor. So I didn't start running until 2019. I was not a runner. And I signed up for the 2020 half marathon and did it as kind of like a bucket list thing. Never thought I'd actually do it. And so I did it. And so I became a runner, fell in love with running, totally loved it. And then the world shut down for about a year. You may be familiar.
Definitely. Well, wait a sec. Hold on. Let me back up here, because you went from 0 to a half. Okay, that's obviously there's a mindset there. There's training involved. Like, what?
I know.
I mean, did you want to start with a 5K or something? I mean, did you have 5Ks along the way? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I had done a few 5Ks, but they were tough. Like, I wouldn't even say that when I signed up for them, I did not consider myself a runner. I more signed up for them because they were for charities that I loved.
Okay.
And so I walked a lot of it, ran some of it. But when I signed up for the half, I was like, let's do this. Maybe right. But so I signed up, and so it kind of came out of the blue. So my church was actually had a group that was going to do it. And so they were doing this and creating this whole group that was going to go either do the half or the full and raise money for World Vision. And so World Vision is actually an organization that I had already supported for like 10 years at the time. They create water wells in countries that need water and that kind of thing. And so it was a bucket list of mine. My church was doing it, so I knew people that were going to be doing it that I could train with, and it was for a good cause that I already supported. So it's like, okay, all signs are pointing, let's do this. And so I signed up, and it was with a great group of people that I trained. A lot of them had never run before. And so we trained on Saturdays doing long runs together. And I think I'm one of the only ones that is still running.
A bucket list is normally one and done. So
I know. But so when I signed up, my marriage was falling apart. And so it came at a time that I really needed something. And so I was probably 50 pounds overweight, close to, from having kids too. Like, that was, I had had 2 kids and just, nothing to be ashamed of. I just, gained some mommy weight. So I was not in a good, healthy state or mental state, and life was imploding. And so I signed up for this race, and it ended up being, I literally say it saved my life. Running saved my life, because it just was a mental game changer for me. And did it help that you had like a group with you versus alone? Yes. Oh gosh, yes. And to this day, even when I do long runs now, like, I have to be in a group.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a mental game. Running is a mental game. So on like 6 miles or more, I try and be with some friends, be with a running group. I'm a part of Northside now. Northside Running and Try, which is in like the Woodlands Spring area. So we've got a great group, but So yeah, that's the backstory on when I signed up, how I started running, and haven't stopped. So that was my first half was 2020. Have kept running, and then this January will be my 8th half marathon. So in 4 years, I've done 8 half marathons and really gotten involved in the running community and just absolutely loved it. And so I saw that they had ambassadors, and so I have like a fairly large Instagram following because I wrote a book and number of years ago. And so I was trying to, promote my book and that kind of thing. So I was really focusing on Instagram marketing and that kind of thing. And so I saw that they had ambassadors, and I was like, well, I have kind of a unique story. I'm not necessarily a fast runner. I haven't been running for years and years, but so I applied to be an ambassador. When was it? It was for the 2021 marathon or half marathon, and they accepted me. And so it was only going to be my second half marathon ever. And it was so much fun. And I just was immersed in the community. And I think that my story is why they selected me, because I'm not a runner, or I wasn't a runner. And yet I didn't listen to the world around me telling me no. And I became a runner and put forth the work and am passionate about it. And just, I think the running community is unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
It is unique.
Yeah, totally. And so that's why, that's how I got into it. And then was grateful, and I am grateful and lucky enough that they've selected me the past 2 years also. So
yeah, well, I'm just thinking that you started with a group, did the bucket list, decided, I'm going to keep going, and then the world shuts down. It's like, how did you get over that? I mean, you're so used to a group, and then they're gone.
Yeah, I am a people person to a fault. I thrive on people. I do not do well when I am alone. Like, even like when my kids are out of the house, and because now I'm divorced, so when they go visit their dad, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about myself? So my family and I, we really, clung to each other during that time, but I kept running. And when someone was brave enough to run together, we would.
Yeah. But do you want to become an ambassador? You give more than you get back, or you're just like, I want to inspire people like me, or was it just like you just felt like you had to do it?
Well, I love the community. I am very much a give back kind of person. I've always been involved in various charities and that kind of thing. So I think that aspect really was something I was looking forward to and wanted. And not only trying to motivate others to get up off the couch and do something, but to cheer them on as they go. And that's kind of still what my personal Instagram, what my personal story is I want people to know that they can do it. When I started out, I could barely run a mile just because of my mental capacity at the time. And I did it. I followed the training program, and I did it, and I got there, and I ran a stinking half marathon from having not been a runner at all. And so I totally believe that anybody can do this if they put their mind to it. And if they have a great community around them, people cheerleading them on. And so I love to be that for people. And so a lot of my Instagram followers are people like that. And I converse with people all the time who I've never met in real life, who are just want to share what they're doing and where they are in their running journey. And I love that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like it how your Instagram following wasn't running, so that it wasn't a bunch of runners. And now they're like, well, maybe if she can do it, I can do it. Or I see other people around me. It's like when I saw like people just like me running a half, like, okay, you don't have to be fast. Yeah. I'm still a mid to backpacker anyways. But then you're like, okay, then you realize it, and then you start seeing. I think social media has really helped that it's not just a bunch of fast people.
No,
I love that.
Totally not. I'm not fast still. I'm a lot faster than I was, but I'm still not fast.
Yeah, I like to get the majority of my money out of the race. I don't want to have it be gone too fast. So
yeah, that's right. And I totally do it for the bling. I want those blinging necklaces at the end that they call medals.
Yeah. That is pretty neat. Now that you've done 8 halves, are you looking to kind of stick with your time? You're looking to kind of like bring more people, like maybe run with somebody during the race? Or you're looking to maybe improve your time or just have fun? Like what's your jam for here in about 2 weeks?
So for this year's been a tough year. Year has been a tough year just in general. This summer, my ankle was not in good shape, so I barely ran this summer. So I feel like I've not trained as much as I would have wanted to. So this year is going to be about enjoying it and finishing and knowing in my head that maybe I'm not going to PR this year, but I'm still starting out stronger than when I first began. Like just the fact that I can go out on a Saturday and run 9 miles and it not be just the hugest deal is pretty unbelievable. And so that's what this year is going to be about, just enjoying it. The Houston race is unbelievable because the crowd is so fun. And so I'm going to get out there, I'm going to enjoy it and do the best I can and just think about how far I've come. And that's what this year is going to be about. I do have a goal. So I've only run half so far. I turned 40 this coming June. And so my goal is for next year in 2025 to run my first full.
Okay.
And so I think it'd be really cool to have for my first full marathon ever to be when I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like, who says I'm slowing down? Like you don't have to slow down just because of age. Keep going and keep, setting bars higher. So
yeah, and they have pacers for the full too, so you can choose whatever. It depends on the weather, of course. I think it's going to be a cold year because the last 2 years has been a bit warm, so yes. I think it's going to be a cold year.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please. Yeah, last year was toasty.
Oh yeah, especially when you get around all the ambassadors. I'm thinking like, if you could look at yourself 4 years ago, would you ever think like, oh, I'm just going to have fun running a half marathon and I've never ran a mile before? That's got to be weird.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, that's kind of mind blowing.
I know it's not about running, but what's your book?
So my book is The Giant Fish and Jonah. And so it's the story of Jonah from the Bible, but it's from the giant fish's perspective. So Jonah's a secondary character and the fish is the main character. So it's about his story of how he's the nicest fish in the sea. And he hears from God that he's supposed to go swallow this guy. And he's like, no, I don't want to go swallow this guy, but he obeys. And because of his obedience, an entire town, learned about God and hope and grace and peace. And so it's about obedience and the joy and peace that comes from it.
Yeah, there's a running parallel there as well. So I love it.
Yeah. I actually have a second book written, but I have not published it. So I need to find a new illustrator. So yeah.
Well, that's my day business. So if you need any resources, let me know.
All right, good to know.
A ton of resources. We'll give them to you. And also, so is it self-published on Amazon, a publisher, website? How do you get hold of it?
So I went through a partnership publisher. So it's kind of somewhere between traditional and between self-publishing. And It is available on Amazon, Walmart.com, and BarnesandNoble.com.
Okay. Yeah. We'll find it. We'll put a link up on the site as well. So that's pretty neat. So now you're part of Northside Running Club. Now you said it's Spring Woodlands area.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. And they also do tries?
Yes, there's a group of people. I have not ventured into that, but there's a strong group of people that they do triathlons and train together. And it's unbelievable. It's like a full-time job training for those things. So yeah, I think there's about 300 people in Northside now. And it was started by Leanne Rosser, who was actually an ambassador for the 2020 marathon.
All right.
So when I was training, I watched her ambassador takeover. And so that's how I learned about Northside. And that's how I became a part of Northside. It was from an old ambassador.
So like full disclosure, I've never done a try. I've done a try relay because all I had to do was run. So there you go. But then what part of the try you're like, I don't really want to do it? Is it the swimming part, the running part?
Um, well, I mean, I haven't even done a full marathon yet, so to think you do a full pish posh.
Yeah.
um, to do a full marathon plus all that is a bit mind-boggling. But the biking part, I think, is what maybe scares me the most. And the training. I mean, I see those bikers out training and with the cars, I mean, it's dangerous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what scares me a bit is the training aspect of the biking part.
Yeah, we don't have to do an Ironman. You ever thought about doing like a super sprint?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, those look really fun when you just have to do like 2 miles on a bike. So
Yeah. And then some, and I know it's it's on the south side of town, but Ron does it's a lagoon by Texas City, like one of those, like, if you're not going to drown, you just stand up, that type of thing. So you don't have to worry about the swim. It's wide open lanes. People aren't kicking each other. They even have a ladies only race as well called Island Girl, even though it's not on the island anymore. Yeah. So there's a lot of them where it's not as intimidating as when you watch an Ironman. You're like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yes. Yeah. A sprint one would be fun. I would be up for that.
Yeah. Well, we'll put some links. I mean, it is pretty cool because I did it with my family. So my daughter swam, my wife ran, and then my wife biked, and then I ran. So
how cool.
I don't like doing either other.
That's so fun. Making a family affair.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And they've done the relays with the ladies only races as well. So yeah, it's something to think about.
You are in the Houston running zone. We've got the runs.
But now, full marathon next year. That's exciting. Oh, I guess 2025. Recording this in 2023, but either way.
Yeah, that's the goal. And so there's a lady who's a part of Northside, Marta Mixa, and she didn't get started running avidly until her late 30s. In my Instagram takeover for the Chevron Marathon Ambassador takeover, I actually mentioned her and Leanne. And so both of them didn't get started running till their late 30s. So I am very inspired by them since I also didn't get started running till mid to late 30s. And so Marta has offered to pace me for next year's full marathon. And she's speedy. Like she's a tiny little Spitfire thing and she's so fast. So I was like, I'm going to slow you down, but she wants to be able to give back in that way. And so that's something I'm looking forward to and would be really fun.
Yeah, well, especially if they're going slower than their normal pace, they can talk to you. They could, get you a water. If you drop yours, they'll circle back. So.
Yeah, yes, run circles around me.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about pacing like a half?
I thought about it? Yes. Actively pursued it? No.
Just add 2 minutes to your time per mile. So if you do a 10. Sign up for the 12-minute mile, stuff like that. It's actually a lot of fun. Think about it. I'm putting plugs in your brain. So
I know that would be really cool. So I have not paced. That would be probably a goal, like a 1-day goal, like to get fast enough that I could pace and not be worried about it.
At 3 minutes per mile, it doesn't matter.
There we go.
Actually,
yeah.
There's even 5 and 10Ks that are doing pacers now too, because like so many people want that, that goal of whatever it is. It's amazing. Yeah. It's really growing.
Yeah. So this year I have been a race announcer twice.
Oh, all right. Well,
I know. So, for the Love Fosters Hope Run for Hope race, which is in the Woodlands each year. So I have supported Love Fosters Hope, volunteered with them for over a decade. They help mentor and do camps for kids in foster care. And so I have gotten to do hands-on things with kids in foster care and mostly the Montgomery County area. And it's an incredible organization that gives back. And some of these kids, the people who do the camps are the steady people in their lives because they live such transient lives, unfortunately. And so the people that they come to camp with every year, they make lifelong friendships and relationships with them. So since I've been doing it so long, there are now kids who grew up in the system, who grew up going to these camps, who are now adults and volunteering. So it's come full circle.
Wow.
And so these people are in their lives. So it's just a really great organization. So they do a race every year that I have done. I mentioned doing races even when I wasn't a runner. That was the one that I did every year. And so I was helping out, trying to organize the race. And I was like, well, do you have a race announcer? And they're like, oh no, we haven't even thought about having a race announcer. And I'm no stranger to the microphone. Like, give me a microphone and I love it. I've done a little bit of public speaking. And so I was like, well, this could be fun. And so I did it and it was so fun and I loved it. And so I did that one. And then I did the Explore the Falls Veterans Day race. And so they'd kind of gotten wind that I had done the other one and their race announcer wasn't able to do it this year. So I did that one too. So I don't know, this could be a new gig of mine.
Yeah. Put up some reels. There you go.
I know. It was lots of fun just getting there. And I mentioned earlier that I love hyping people up. So it was right up my alley.
Well, anything else you want to do in the running community? You're doing some race announcing. You got throwing a full there.
I know. I just like to have my hands in it all. Yeah.
It is cool to see it come together, though. Like all the different parts. I think of Houston. I'm like, I can't imagine how much planning with traffic, security, all the deliveries. Like it's nuts. Like obviously, you said you like the crowd. Is there anything else that you like look forward to on race day or race weekend? I guess.
Oh man, race weekend is so much fun. I feel like the whole city is just like electric. Even before the race even starts, there's just like this buzz in the city of people there and excited because it draws people from all over the world. And so it's very fun, very exciting. There's decorations all out. I think is it the Hyatt that puts this huge decal on the floor in their lobby? So that's really fun. The expo is really fun. And this year, actually, the expo is going to be the only place where you can get the Brooks merchandise, the specific to the race. Normally, it's the past few years it's been online as well, and this year is only going to be on the expo. So there's a little insider tip.
There we go. We're waiting for something. I didn't even have to pull it out of you.
Yeah. So the expo is lots of fun. I usually stay downtown. This year I'll be in the Charlotte Baldwin Hotel, C. Baldwin, which I love history, and it's named after a very influential woman from Houston. And nobody knew about her because during the time, women could not really make their mark. And so she was kind of the voice and the brains and the money behind a lot of things that were built in Houston. But the Allen brothers, who she was married to one of them, got most of the credit because she was a woman. And so I just think that and her history is all throughout the hotel. So it's a very cool place. So I'll be staying downtown and it's just lots of fun. What else? I always like to go out to eat a big celebratory lunch afterwards.
Where are you going before? Like the night before? Like, is there like a certain, like I got to have this particular meal before a race?
I've gone different places. I went to a really nice steakhouse one year. Last year I was pretty busy with ambassador stuff. So a couple of friends and I, we went to Brooks, actually hosted an event with ambassadors and their Brooks people. And so we went to an event with them and had some like hors d'oeuvres and that kind of thing. And then we just went to one of the little supermarkets downtown and got like sandwiches and things. Because I'll eat some carbs, eat some protein, but I like stay away from grease, anything that might cause issues the next day.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all have stories. There you go.
Yes.
The race, you said you're gonna just have fun. Wasn't your training year, and I think that's great because so many people they discouraged that like every year they take off 30 seconds at a time. And the next thing you know, it doesn't. Are you going to be running with anybody or just kind of make friends along the way?
Yeah. So the girls that I'm staying with, Megan and Ashley, last year we ran most of it together, and Megan and I actually finished. I've got this really great picture of us holding hands up high, crossing the finish line. So we'll be running it together again. And
are you guys matching outfits?
We should.
Yeah, that's the best part.
We totally should. I hadn't thought about that, but we should do it.
I hate to say that that's what we do as well sometimes when
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have your club gear, but sometimes you just got to have fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And I'm definitely the type of person that I'll be like struggling down the race course. And then I see one of those cameras and all of a sudden I'm like, like smiling, perfect posture, gotta look great for the race cameras.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. They need to make a meme of someone who like struggling and then they see the race camera and they come alive. That would be me.
Yeah. I often wonder like how many of the 10 that they took before I saw the camera, they've thrown away. Like, he's not going to buy that one.
Yes, absolutely. We'll toss that one, throw in this one. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, and also I'm curious, like, how are you balancing, family with, running and the other obligations you have in your life? Because everybody has something. Kids obviously take priority as well. So like, how are you balancing all that stuff?
Yeah, that is absolutely the toughest part for me. So because I am a single mom and I have my kids almost full custody. So that is absolutely the challenge. My mom and my family in general, but especially my mom, is really been instrumental in helping me get my runs in. So we have kind of come up with a little tradition of on Friday nights, because my run group does early morning Saturday long runs. So on Friday nights, we go to my mom and my boys and we go to dinner together, maybe watch a movie at her house, kind of spend the evening together. And then my boys will spend the night with her. And then I go home, and then early the next morning I go run, however many miles. And then I'll go back to her house, and I'm usually back before they're even eating breakfast. So she's been a huge help. So that's how I'm able to get long runs. On days that they can't spend the night with her, I'm not able to get a long run in usually because they're too young for me to leave without care. And so for me, what I've had to come to realize is that grace with yourself is essential. If you're a busy person, if you're a single mom, whatever it may be, having grace for yourself if you can't get in the long runs or can't get in all your weekly runs, you just have to have grace and just keep moving forward. And even if your training plan doesn't look exactly like someone else's, that's okay. You're doing it and you're doing something. So that's what I've had to kind of come to terms with, and I'm okay with it. When my kids are older, then I'll focus on, my PRs and that kind of thing. But during this time, I'm out there and I'm running and I'm setting big goals. And that in itself is really huge for me to be an example to my children as well. And that's one reason I keep doing it, is because I love that my kids see their mom, who's a hardworking woman in work life, who also makes time for health and setting goals outside of work. And I want them to see that, even if it's not me, PRing every time. And then I have a treadmill in my garage that helps with, little runs during the week and that kind of thing. But man, running on a treadmill is
brutal, especially when
not the same.
If you're not coordinated like myself, I'm just constantly worried if I'm going to fall.
I know. I need the wind in my hair. I need a change of scenery. So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm glad you talked about how the kids, because probably, I don't know, 2/3 of the audience has kids that we have to make it work. And I think they do see that they can do what some people will say is impossible. They can do whatever they want to do, and they can make it work and schedule things in and have time with a grandparent, stuff like that. I think they see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will never forget, it was my first year as an ambassador. So it was 2 years ago. And my family and I, so it was my mom and my sister and my boys, we were eating dinner at a nice steakhouse downtown. And we were sitting there waiting, and the waiter came, and he's, looks all prim and proper. And my son goes, "Did you know that my mom is running the half marathon tomorrow and she's an ambassador?" Like, so proud, like,
Yeah.
my mom's famous. And so I just will never forget that, because to them, we're everything. And I just love the stars in his eyes. But I have the ability to do it, and we all do. So
Yeah. That makes it worth it right there. I love that.
yeah.
Before, I asked you, the bonus questions. Is there anything, like one more thing, can't get like one thing you'd like to share, give something like one more reason for people to go out there and run today or tomorrow?
I would say for belief, self-belief. And then this year, kind of what has been on my mind lately is, what have I got to prove? And I actually shared this on my Instagram takeover too. Figuring out what you have to prove and using that as a goal. So if I'm proving to myself that I can do it, am I trying to disprove something? Like, am I not believing in myself and I want to disprove that? Is someone else speaking into you that says that you can't do it and you want to disprove them? Or is somebody speaking into you belief, like, I think you can do this, I think you can do this, and you want to prove them right? So that's kind of, what have you got to prove, has kind of been just circling through my head the past few months. And so I would just encourage someone to really sit down and really think about it. Like, what have they got to prove? What have they got to disprove? And translate that into a goal when they're pounding their feet on the pavement, and prove themselves right, prove themselves wrong, whatever it needs to be, and just shine, like, let yourself shine. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I believe other people can do as well.
Cool. Well, yeah, time flew, so this is fun. I love doing these, but before I let you go, and we'll hang out after it. Hit stop, of course. I got 3 more questions. Kind of a bonus round. Amy, are you ready?
I'm ready, I think.
What is one thing that you must have race day, like your favorite piece of race gear?
Oh man, that's a good question. I feel like there's so many things that I need.
Hopefully it's matching outfits this year. So
I do. I like to dress really bright. So
okay.
Yeah. So I like to dress really bright. As far as gear goes, probably my shocks, like my shock headphones, because music, I gotta have the music to keep me going. And the shocks are nice because you can still hear the world around you. So if there was one thing that I would not want to leave without, it would be those shocks.
Well, charge them up.
Yeah, charge them up. Get them going.
Bright shirts do help, especially in a crowd, especially for the half, because it's chaos and you got to wear something bright.
Yeah, helps your people find you.
Yeah, especially if it's bright matching. So
there we go.
You got 2 weeks. All right, there we go.
Yes.
Question number 2. Is there a race bucket list or a dream race? You want to create your own race event? What would be like something on your race bucket list?
Oh man. I follow this account called Vacation Races, and they do races all over the world, really. But so I would love to do one of those, probably in maybe like the state of Washington, just somewhere beautiful. Or they do one in the Everglades each year, which might be a little scary with the gators, but so one of those, I think, going and doing a vacation race somewhere gorgeous would be on top on my list.
Cool. That's awesome. And question number 3, I know we talked a little bit about food, but after races or just after a long training run, what's like your culinary, like, guilty pleasure? It's got to be guilty.
Oh man. I definitely eat afterwards. I am hungry all day long. I love, so breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. especially if there's people with me, like have a big crowd, everybody gathered for breakfast. I love that. So I going to like Toasted Yolk or something and getting a big old breakfast that has like those delicious hash browns and eggs Benedict and, and plus some mimosas. That would be probably my ideal meal afterwards.
Is that what you normally do after the race as well then for Houston?
Not necessarily that place in particular, but yeah, we'll go somewhere and I just eat. Yeah. And then I usually eat the rest of the day.
Yeah. You don't want to cramp up. You gotta replenish.
Yes. Yeah.
Again, thanks so much for your time, and look forward to meeting you at the expo. And everyone say hi. And of course, we will add your Instagram handle as well. Get some more followers.
Awesome. That'd be great. Yeah. Thank you for having me. This has been fun.
Thanks for visiting the Houston Running Zone. If you know someone you'd like to be featured in the zone, go to thehoustonrunningzone.com and send us a message. Until next week, always remember, Houston, we've got the runs.